Hello there, I've just been asked a question. And the question is, how are you? Well, I was asked the question just before I went to bed, actually, and I went to bed. And I woke up this morning. Well, it wasn't this morning, I woke up in the middle of the night, to be more accurate. And I woke up out of this dream which felt rather heavy and laboured, and I was quite glad to leave it. And I was just lying there, lying in bed, feeling like, okay, here I am. And then I had this little nudge, and the nudge was saying, go outside. It was a very quiet one. And I thought, all right then. And so I slipped on my silk dressing gown and I went outside. And to my utter delight, the sky was full of this really rich star field that I very rarely see where I live, living in the street. Usually there's too much light pollution, there's too much tiny particulate matter in the sky for me to be able to see really clearly. But I could see Cassiopeia directly overhead, and I could see all the slightly less magnitude stars around the Cassiopeia, and as I continued looking I could see even fainter stars still, and then I realised the whole sky was illuminated with stars of all these varying magnitudes, and it was just such a wonderful experience. I felt so happy, so grateful to be alive. And then I started looking around a bit, and I saw what to me is an old friend, and my old friend is the Pleiades. The Pleiades, I haven't seen them for months, not since the spring. And here we are in the very closing days of August. I thought, wow, to be able to see the Pleiades, that's amazing. Wow, because I've been checking, and it's like you've got to be really middle of the night time towards dawn to be able to see the Pleiades at the moment in England. So I thought, wow, such a gift. And then I carried on looking, and a little while later I looked right close to the horizon. I could see Orion rising, and that made me feel even better because I've got such a strong relationship with the constellation Orion. It means so much to me. And I thought, I'm just going to lie myself out on my stone wall, just lie my back on the stone wall and just luxuriate in this sense of the stars. And the other thing that was also really special is because it's the middle of the night, couldn't hear a single car. Even more surprising, not even the faintest whisper of a breeze. The stillness was so utterly delightful, and I felt even more blessed, surrounded by plants, the apple trees in my neighbouring gardens either side, and in this star field I just felt so good. And after a while I thought, okay, go on, go back to bed. And I'm walking up the stairs to go back to bed, and I'm thinking, are you sure you did your mantra yesterday? You sure did your mantras? And then I thought to myself, I'll just go into the room where I do my mantras, which is where we are now. I'll just feel around my candlestick, because I know if my beads are around my candlestick in the usual way, that means I've done my mantras. And it's like, no, they're not there. And then I did a little bit of remote viewing. It just came automatically. I saw the beads in my backpack. Yesterday had been such an incredibly full-on day with lots of physical work, a floating Glastonbury float centre to start the day. I'd had such a wonderful day yesterday. Lovely communications with people, working together with my family on Selena's new house, and it's just been such a lovely day. And it's like, no, you haven't. And it's okay. It's my own rules. As long as I do the mantras within the 24-hour period, it still means I do them every day. Still dark. And so I went downstairs, put my hand in my backpack, and there they were. There were the beads, the mala. Dragged them out, came upstairs, lit the candle, and began my mantra practice. And halfway through I felt like, stop, go and get the phone, plug in the microphone and speak and answer that person. I'm living my best life. And so thanks to Ahmed and Reshma and Ryan and the team and the animals and the plants and Godridge, the apartment blocks, Hebal, the district, Bangalore, the city, Mother India. I just feel so grateful. It's thanks to them that there are so many extraordinary things going on in my life. My second family, missing them very much at the moment. We'll be going to see them soon. So I am just living my best life. So the reason I need to bring all these into conversation is because it's Ahmed who taught me this special meditation practice, which I keep referring to these days, and it always ends with me drinking the water and saying, I'm living my best day. So yeah, I really am living my best day, which means I'm living my best life. That really is a short answer to how I am. And it's so wonderful to be able to say that. And I'm loving the hard physical work I'm doing every day to help prepare to clean this house, to move into such an important thing for me at the moment. But to actually see the Pleiades and then to notice Orion on the horizon, that just feels so wonderful. And then to realise you haven't done your mantras, and I'm just doing my first mantra, which is the Om mantra. The Om being the sound of the creation of the universe. I mean, it's just such a pleasure the way I'm doing that. And I do my Shiva mantra and I just take a break to make this film. And when I switch the film off, I'm going to continue to do my Om Amarani Zivinte Soha, my mantra for longevity, and then I will complete with the mantra that was given by the person that asked me the question, how are you? Which is my Om Lakshmi Om Gum Shri Lakshmi Nama. Okay, that one, got it right second time. I'll do that and I'll have completed my mantra practice. And then I will go back to bed while it's still dark. And I will sleep perchance to dream. And I will wake up tomorrow and I will do my mantras and I'll do my meditation practice and I'll be living my best day with my meditation affirmation at the end, and also on the altar on the left hand side you can see that card, and that card is the card for the first decanator of Virgo, which the keyword being prudence. And when I transform the keyword for the Eight of Discs, prudence, it becomes the jewel in the lotus. That's what that image is. There's an image of a lotus flower growing and blooming and being supported by the mud beneath it. And the key words are be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. So I am just in love with life and so grateful for everything. And also so grateful to my body, because when I started months ago, about 6 months ago, I started doing heavier work to prepare myself for this time that we're in, time of family transition, moving house and so on. I knew it would be a lot to do, and I knew I'd need to really strengthen myself up with some very generous beef meals, which I'm continuing to do. But the difference is 6 months ago when I started this, it was like, wow, I would just step a little bit wrong and I'd have sprained something or other, and I'd have to kind of rest it and have a few days of not being able to do much. And it's like those days are like ancient history. It's like my body's become so much stronger because of all this physical work I'm doing, and I'm just loving it. And I'm loving training people, and I've got my new trainee Louisa who's just begun, and I've got the trainee who's been training with me for slightly over 2 years, and he's almost finished. And it's like, and I've just had a email from someone from 2012 that was passed on to me by someone else, and I haven't responded to that yet, but I'm going to. Yes, I'm so grateful to be able to taste the sweetness in life. So that's my answer to that person who asked me that question. All love to you and all love to everyone.